Hello, greetings. So this is going to be a Gorean topic, and this topic is one that I constantly get asked about. What is this towel shit? So mostly asked just like that. So yeah, mostly I'm making this video just to have something to point people to when they ask. So yeah. Now, tal is a greeting used within the Gore books. It literally means greetings, which means that those that within the lifestyle say tal and greetings, that's a bit redundant because what you're saying there is greetings and greetings. Um, it is just like kajira, just literally means slave. I generally do not use tal because I feel that for me, uh, I am not a reconstructionalist, as I like to call it, within the Gorean lifestyle, meaning those that are most concerned with trying to live as close to the people in the books as possible. I am more of a philosopher, so using basically a made up language isn't really my thing, which is why I generally say slave and not Gajira, though I do use it sometimes, but I do see some value in using it. Now, this video is mainly going to address three things. Like I said, first of all, what how is, second, should slaves use it, and third, what value does it have to use basically this word from a made up language. Now, first of all, like I said, what it is just a greeting. It's just what people say in Gore. Instead of saying hi, you say how. That's how easy it's basically just that. And when you pick up the phone, instead of saying hello, no, they don't have phones, of course. This is basically an analogy to it. Instead of saying hello, you say tal. It just literally means greetings. That's what it is. And so a lot of people who are Gorean lifestylers will then use that word to greet one another. And it is written just like it sounds, uh, T A L, tal, as in talon. And yeah, that basically is what it is. So there's also this idea that Kajira or slaves should not use tal, they should say greetings. And to me, that doesn't matter one bit. I couldn't care less if somebody who identifies as a slave say tal or greetings to me, or hi, for that matter. But some people are very. This is a very important thing to some people. Now, within the books, for the most part, the free say "tau" and the slaves say greetings. Though there are some instances where the slaves are also seen to say "tau." As such, some people have taken this to mean that "tau" is a greeting among free, uh, while others mean that basically it's a greeting in general. I fall into it's a greeting in general category. Since there are slaves in the books that use it, it's just more rare. But if you identify as a slave, I would say that just to be on the safe side, unless your master has specifically told you to say pal to other Goreans, I would recommend you use greetings instead, since there's some free who will take offense at it, and there's no point in risking that unless you are very, very attached to the word. Personally, though, I see that while it is more common for slaves to say greetings, there are free who say greetings within the books, and there are slaves who say pal, so I don't think it's a greeting that is reserved for the free. However, do remember that within the books, this is a very big thing. If slaves do it, free doesn't. I mean, it goes to the point that these berries, yeah, berries, and they are apparently going almost all over Gore. And often slaves are allowed to run out to the forest in free times and when they have a bit of time for themselves and pick these berries uh, to eat as snacks or to use to sweeten the gruel they are usually fed with. And as such, they're called slave berries, and then the free, they will not eat those berries. Oh no. I mean, it's like red is associated with slaves, so unless you are of the red caste, uh, free, especially free women, will not wear red and will not wear silk. Basically, if slaves do it, free is not gonna do it. And to me, this is basically a social thing the within the setting and has nothing to do with the philosophy. But if you are a reconstructionalist, that is a bit different. Basically, somebody who is more concerned with living as they do in the books, of course, it will be more important to basically look at all of these details. However, for me, that is more concerned with the philosophy. I don't really see the problem here. Personally, I generally just use greetings because I live on Earth. Yeah, we only have a few words from this made-up Gorean language, and let's just say that Jon Norman, he's a better philosopher than he is artificial language maker. Just to put it very nicely. So yeah, but anyway, that really is up to the individual, whatever or not they will see it as okay for a slave to use power. For me, it's no problem. It's just a greetings within the books, and I don't see that it's ever mentioned within the books that it is specifically for free. However, it is more used by free than slaves, and I can only think actually of one scene where slaves use towel, but I can be mistaken on that. So basically, and for a slave, unless they are specifically ordered to use towel, I would actually recommend just using greetings, just to avoid the chance of insulting anyone. So, let's get on to the point of whether or not towel is of any use to people. Basically, is there any point of using this? I would say yes and no. Like I said, I very, very seldom use it. But I can see one important point, and that is identifying others within the lifestyle. It's like this. I'm a pagan. I'm a neo-pagan. And very many neo-pagans, especially those that are Wiccan and Wiccanish, when they greet one another, use the term marry me. And I generally do not use it. However, if somebody sees me wearing a pentagram and so on says marry meat, I will know then that they are within that lifestyle and I will usually reply with marry meat. It's a way to identify one another. So if you try somebody you think might be Gorean and say tell to them, that indicates that you are Gorean yourself, or at least have a fair deal of knowledge of that lifestyle. And as such, it can be useful. It's like the secret handshake. Other than that, I don't see a very big use for it. You can just as well use greetings or any other way of saying hello. However, for some people, especially those that are reconstructionalists on it, anything that basically connects them to how the characters in the book live is good for how they perform, they live by their lifestyle. And then I can definitely see the value for those that are more active in the philosophy part. I would say it's up to each individual. Some people feel that it is a way to identify as a Gorean by saying pal and using a few Gorean words for things. But for me, it falls into a bit into the same category as calling coffee black wine. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's not something I use myself. But I can definitely see it as a way to identify others. And if somebody uh, said towel to me, I would probably return in kind. So, yeah, I don't know how much more I can go on about that. Basically, towel is just a Gorean greeting. That's all it is. It means greetings, and many Goreans use it both to identify, show that I identify with it, with that lifestyle, and generally as a way to feel closer to the books which we base our lifestyle on. So yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. Have a great day and blessed be.